Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to paradise. Welcome to Koh Kood. I'll begin the video with some basic information. You know, where is this island? How do you get to it? Where should you stay? What is there to do? Etc, etc. I'm going to do my very best today to show off this rustic Thai island. So sit down, relax, and let's explore, learn, and enjoy the wondrous Koh Kood. I want this video to be equal parts escapism. I want to transport you to paradise, but I also want to give you some information so that you can not only go, wow, we've got to go to Koh Kood, but at the end of the video, you'll go, great, I know how to get there and what there is to do. So let's just begin with the pier. You will arrive at this wooden settlement, basically. There's a gorgeous little temple here with a big gold Buddha statue. And this is kind of like where the fishermen live. This island is not like most islands in Thailand, as I'll go into during our exploration. 99% of this island, and it's a big island, is ancient rainforest, untamed rainforest. And it really is just incredible. In fact, when you get off the ferry here, and the ferries come from Koh Chang, Koh Mak, and from the mainland, and the nearest airport is on the mainland in Trat, which you can fly to from Bangkok with Bangkok Airways. It will cost you around $150 for a flight one way. It's quite expensive to fly to this area. You'll arrive and you'll instantly understand why this island is quite rustic. Okay, this is not, you know, I don't know if you've ever been to Koh Samui, Koh Phangan, Koh Tao, or Phuket, right? These islands are super busy. You'll arrive here and you'll make your way to catch your taxi, your transfer. These tickets, well, mine did anyway, it will include a free transfer to your hotel. And then once you get to your hotel, you can then figure out, you know, renting a motorbike because this island is quite big. You're gonna wanna have your own transport. Or if you can't ride or you don't want to ride a scooter, you can get taxis, but that'll just be a bit more of a hassle. My advice is get a scooter. I just rented this one from my hotel, but I did have another bike that was much cheaper. I only paid 200 baht, but the bike broke and the battery was flat within half a day. So I got a refund and now I'm on this. And you'll kind of notice on Koh Kood that things are a bit rusty, things are a bit moldy, things are a bit broken. It's definitely rustic, okay? It's not brand spanking new. There's some information about where the island is and how to get here. You'll probably forget and have to ask ChatGPT when you are coming to this region. And I won't be offended, don't worry. Right, let's get into the heart of the island and show you where I'm staying and why I think it's a great option for people kind of like on a mid-range budget. We're not like breaking the bank, but we're not staying somewhere super budget. So I think it's a good option, which I'll share with you. But we've got to drive through the rainforest. I'll show you. Also, just want to quickly address the fact that I'm not wearing a helmet. Look, my motorbike came with a helmet in the seat, and when I put it on, it just didn't fit. But this is what you'll experience for the first 10 to 15 minutes when you get to Koh Kood. In the back of the tuk-tuk or the taxi or whatever, you'll hold on for dear life as you go through lush rainforest. There are no resorts, there are no villages. There is just this one road through dense, lush rainforest, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And you'll hear monkeys, you'll hear birds, and you'll think to yourself, wow, where am I? This is so like remote, this is so tropical. It's not like any other arrival of any other island in Thailand. It's so big. Koh Kood is huge, but it's still so completely underdeveloped, as I'll share with you on this adventure and exploration and rediscovery of one of my favorite islands, Koh Kood. I want to sort of go back in time to when I was checking in. I want to show you where I'm staying and the beautiful beach it's on, and then we'll pick things up back on the bike. Let's do a quick room tour because this will be our base for our exploration of Koh Kood and our base of operations as we relax, explore, and just get into the frequency of Koh Kood, one of my favourite islands in terms of its frequency. It's very chilled, it's very laid back, as you'll see. So welcome to Airalo. This is the room. It's quite spacious, actually. Nice balcony out the front with some chairs to just admire the view, which I'll show you in a second. Over here we've got a TV and a fridge, and there's aircon. The aircon makes a loud noise, so I've just turned it off, so I might go ask them about that because it's like shaking. That might just need a little quick fix from the DIY man. Big double bed and pretty standard looking shower and bathroom. For 7,600 Thai baht for 2 nights, I think it's pretty reasonable because, I mean, just look at this view as we come out to the front here. We're looking over the pool, which is a good thing if you like to swim in the pool, or a bad thing if there's loads of kids screaming and playing. They do have really nice rooms, which I thought I booked, but I checked my booking, I booked the wrong type of room. There are beautiful bungalows on the lawn just in front of the beach. They're a bit more tucked away, a bit further away from, you know, food and breakfast. You do have to walk on a pier to get there, but it is gorgeous. I would have preferred to have stayed there. I got my wires crossed. I'm not complaining about this room because the view is it's really nice. Obviously they've got the pool right here, and then just to the left is the beach. It's high tide right now, so the ocean is right up against the palm trees as a little kid is swinging, having the time of his life. Now this resort is the only resort on this beach, and so this is one of the problems with Koh Kood. Let me explain. So say for example you're exploring Koh Kood maybe on a rented motorcycle, right? And you think, oh, I want to go to that beach, but I don't know how to get there. Google Maps isn't giving me a direction. You need to just go into the roads that have signposted for resorts. You need to go to the resorts to get to the beaches. So sometimes you'll miss really pristine stretches of sand on Koh Kood because you might think, I don't know how to get there, but you've actually got to go into the resort, park your bike at the resort, walk through the resort and go onto the beach. They're not going to stop you going onto the beach. But just bear that in mind. Sometimes that can be the obstacle of you not discovering places like this. When I found this place the first time, I parked my bike on the road and walked down a really dodgy, jungly road path thing and nearly crashed my bike, parked it in a bush, walked the rest of the way down and found my way onto the lawn where those beautiful beach houses are. And then I saved this hotel, did some research and realized you could book it on trip. So I'm going to unpack and get settled here because, like I said, I'm going to be here for 3 days, 2 nights. So I'm going to make myself at home. But here's my top tip for Koh Kood. Book 1 or 2 nights here. But if you want to stay longer, let's say you're thinking I want to stay a week on Koh Kood because I just want to relax and I just want tropical paradise. Just book 2 or 3 nights, because what you'll do is you'll drive around and you'll start seeing hotels, guest houses, sometimes with really good deals that aren't on the booking websites, because in Thailand a lot of places do it on Facebook or they prefer walk-ins. So here on Koh Kood I've driven past quite a few places that I haven't seen on many booking websites and they look really nice. So I'll link in the description for you 3 or 4 resorts that I've personally stayed in that I recommend, and then I'll give you a few other options depending on cheap budgets, high budgets, that type of thing. I hope that's useful. So that was a mini tour of the room and some travel advice for Koh Kood. I hope it was useful. Now let's explore more of the resort and the beach that it sits on, because it's just stunning. The entire resort has these beautiful wooden walkways. They connect the beachfront bungalows to the restaurant and even all the way to the pier where the speedboats come and go. Wow. It's worth noting as well that this resort has their own private speedboat service. It connects Koh Kood and the mainland. But make sure to contact the hotel ahead of time to utilize these options of getting to and from your next destination. When I checked in, I met one of my subscribers and he's just having a beer behind me. It's called Steve. I'll put him in the video. Steve! Good lad, Steve. This is a good place to go for a swim. Oh, it's beautiful. And you can use the pier as shade. if you want to stay out of the sun, but swim. This is the life. Voilà.
Ça c'est bien.
Ah, merci beaucoup. We've got plenty more to explore, but a quick mention from the channel's sponsor. I've got a great deal for you. I just want to pop in to say thank you to the sponsor, Airalo. If you're coming to Thailand to explore the islands or anywhere, you're going to need to download the free Airalo app, and I've got a discount for you, so you'll get $3 off your first eSIM with Airalo. Now, islands like Koh Kood are very remote, and apart from very patchy Wi-Fi at the resorts, you're going to need data to navigate the islands, book boats, book hotels, excursions, and to share incredible images and videos of your paradise trips to your friends and families at home to make them really jealous, or just to let them know that you're safe. If you've never heard of Airalo, they are the first ever eSIM store, and it enables you to download an eSIM directly to your phone through the software. There's no queues at the airports, there's no physical SIM card, there's no hassle, and there's no crazy roaming charges to have to pay when you get home. It's 100% digital, there's no plastic waste. Airalo works in 200 countries and regions, including all of Thailand. And yeah, it's designed to save you money and no hassle and no roaming charges. So if you're coming to the beautiful islands of Thailand or anywhere, then download the Airalo app. It's completely free. And don't forget to use code PADDY3 at checkout for $3 off your very first eSIM with Airalo. Thanks to Airalo for sponsoring this video. Okay, welcome back. As you can hear, I'm still driving through the jungle. It's quite far. It's about 20 minutes from the pier back to civilization. But I do need to stop by the village to get some things. So I want to show you. Which way is it? I think it's this way. Don't underestimate. Koh Kood is big. It's bigger than you think. So as great as my hotel is, they don't have any sugar-free drinks, and I don't drink full-fat Coke or full-fat soda or whatever, so need to stock up on the sugar-free stuff. Blueberry and lime, orange. I've been doing admin stuff for most of the day, other than relaxing at the hotel, enjoying the beach, enjoying the pool, as you've seen already in this video. But I've got my eye on that same wooden pier that we jumped off earlier, but I'd love to sit on that with a cold can of beer and enjoy sunset from the comfort of our resort. So what I'm thinking is we'll head back there now, we'll grab a beer, we'll enjoy sunset, and then tomorrow, and in the second half of this video, we'll go explore some more of the things to see, and we'll sort of have a bit more of an active day tomorrow. Hopefully the weather will be great. Other beers are available. Cheers, everybody. Oh, I've dreamt of this can. After a cold sunset beer, it was time for some Isan food for dinner. I know a great restaurant on the island. It's called Karat. I'll link it below. They do the best Isan food. I had grilled chicken, som tam, lab, tom yum soup with loads of seafood, and just plenty other dishes. It was a feast. Good morning, and what a beautiful morning it is today here on Koh Kood. And I just went for my morning walk, just 20 minutes, and it was so lovely. I thought I'd come back and grab the camera and share with you this quiet, peaceful scenes that is mornings here on Koh Kood. And then we'll sit down, we'll have a coffee at the breakfast, and we'll make a plan for today. The idea being, if you're the type of person who just wants to sit here, lie in the sun, relax, hear the sound of the oceans, you do you, okay? It's your vacation. You've come all the way to Thailand. I'm not here to tell you anything, okay? Especially when you come to a place like this. Just relax. But for me, my idea of relaxing and enjoyment is going into the nature, trying to find viewpoints, trying to find waterfalls and just check out different beaches, find a good spot to get lunch, drive around the island and get lost on my little motorcycle. For me, that's fun. So let's finish our walk, grab a coffee and make a little plan. This looks like the perfect place to enjoy an iced Americano. The seas are so calm. It's really nice to see a lady out there swimming and just enjoying the morning. What a beach. What a beach. After coffee and a lazy morning at the resort, it was time to get back on the scooter and explore some more of the island. There are a handful of places I haven't been to before, and so for the rest of this video we're going to be searching out more examples of why Koh Kood is such a beautiful place. The first stop was a secret beach. It was quite hard to find, hence the name Secret Beach. But my gosh, what a place this was. Secret Beach enjoys 2 resorts, one beach bar that does food and snacks and beers, and you can also bring your kids and enjoy painting. There's plenty of shade, they have some music playing, and lots of Instagram hammocks and swings to snap loads of pictures on. This was just a white sand, turquoise watered, textbook paradise type of place, and I was really happy to just relax and spend most of the day here, not doing much at all except for soaking up the vibes. Not bad. Secret Beach. Not bad. Later, I headed back on my scooter to search out some waterfalls that I've yet to discover. Okay, into the jungle we go as we search for waterfall number 1. This first one was gorgeous and had a big open space to swim, but it is a little bit tricky and slippy on foot. I wouldn't recommend this to people who aren't good on their feet. Right, I'm hungry. Let's see what we can find. Okay, time for lunch, and I found a really beautiful restaurant. This restaurant is stunning. The food, the service, the view, all 10 out of 10. After lunch, it was time to explore deep into the interior of the island in the rainforest. I want to see exactly what we can find in the interior. I just wanted to pull over and share with you just how beautiful the nature of Koh Kood is in the interior. I'm just on this road in the middle here of the jungle, and I'm trying to find there's a waterfall on Google Maps, but there's no road to it on Google Maps, but here we are, there's a road. But it just made me want to pull over and just admire the trees and the birds and the bugs. Koh Kood is just so beautiful. I mean, just look at this. Just jungle and rainforest, dirt roads. If it was raining, I wouldn't come down here, not on this little scooter. Oh, there's a sign. So it says Hoang Nam Kiao Waterfall. 1.2 kilometers that way. But then look, what does that say? But look, there's a little nature trail. We've got to go have an investigation. In situations like this, I'm in my element. We've got Buddhist monk robes as a sign of activity. There's something down here. What will we find? I don't know. But it's just nice to be in the forest. And it's just nice to be surrounded by all this nature. Wow, okay, so there's a holy tree here. There is a humongous tree. Oh my goodness gracious me, I absolutely love it. It is beautiful. All of these robes were put here by monks, so I would imagine that they come here to meditate. There might be a shrine. I see something. I see beads. I see whiskey. There's some voodoo going on here. Yes, okay, so they're basically in Buddhist mythology and in spirituality and stories, if there's a spirit living somewhere, they will give it whiskey, they will give it a dress, so it must be a woman, and they'll come and give her gifts, and she must live here. There's normally like a statue or something. Oh, there she is. Okay, there's like a Barbie doll to represent the spirit, and they're even giving her money. And she's got a boyfriend staring at me on the top of the branch, which is quite spooky. I definitely wouldn't want to be here at night. This is 100% haunted. They would do some ghost, weird voodoo stuff down here. But wow, isn't this beautiful? I'm not going to linger because that's really freaking me out. But it's beautiful. Come down here and check out the haunted tree. Look at it. Epic. If not slightly horrific at the same time. That dirt track has led us to a little, very remote little village. There are a few people living here. You can see the waterfall to my right. If you ever make it here, then fair play. Because the road is sketchy. It's not on Google Maps. Anyone with a nervous disposition or not much experience of Thailand and the roads, you would have turned back a long time ago. I kind of had a feeling, and I just kept following the sign, and the haunted tree nearly turned me back, but I just kept pushing. I just kept following that dirt track, and eventually there's a little car park. Wow. Ah, okay. Bring a picnic, a couple of beers, plenty of shade, no slippy rocks, a big rock pool to swim in, and very remote. Very remote. There's another trail and another sign. Let's risk it for a biscuit. What will we find? Probably another area of the waterfall and not another really scary tree. I think this is the perfect time to say, like, this is what I mean about rustic charm. Koh Kood has rustic charm. It is not for beginners. If this is your first ever time in Thailand, first ever Thai island, I think you might struggle because the trails are a bit dodgy, the waterfalls are very slippy. It's quite far and difficult to get to in comparison to other islands. The risk reward is worth it though. If you've been to Koh Samui, Phuket, Koh Phi Phi, Koh Tao, Koh Phangan, and you liked it, but you were like, bit busy, come give Koh Kood a go. Where are we going? Okay. There's another waterfall and I can see there's a few people there. That's awesome. Let's go take a closer look. Risk, reward. Wow. That's so epic. I'm just following this fisherman because I wanted to learn. There's sardines everywhere. I mean, there's millions of them, but for some reason he's being quite fussy about where he casts his net. Like, can you see them all? They're all over the place. But he seems to be really adamant about where he casts his net. Oh, here we go. Good luck, mate. Good luck. So the outside of the net sinks, hits the bottom, then he pulls it in, and the fish just get caught up in the nets. Oh, no good, no good. You're free! Anyway, I've got some bad news because I have to kind of, unfortunately, cut this video a little bit short. I have an issue with my stomach. So when I went to that waterfall earlier today, well, there was a very painful bubbling sensation in my stomach, and I knew I only had a few minutes before there was an exploding sensation somewhere else. And I've just been back at the hotel and I feel really drained. It's been 2 hours. It's been, yeah, I won't go into it. I am a zombie right now, and I just want to go back to the hotel and kind of just drink lots of fluids. But I've got some information about a couple of other videos that I think you should watch about Koh Kood. Oh, it looks like he's got a few. Oh, he's got a lot. Good job, mate. Oh. Alright, mate.
อร่อยครับ
Oh.
ทอดกรอบๆน้ำพริกเกลือวาซาบิโอ้โห
Oh, okay, interesting. But I would love to just say that Koh Kood is the definition of rustic charm. It's tropical, it's beautiful. I think I've shown you through this video and 2 other videos that I've made on this island in the past in the description. And if you feel like you'd like to learn more about Koh Kood and see different resorts at higher prices, lower prices, different waterfalls, different beaches, all of which were not featured in this particular video, then those videos will be the ones to check out. You can actually watch this one here, which is the one I recommend. Okay, you can click that now. That'll take you to my experience when I stayed in quite a bougie place and did some interesting things. But I need to go back to the hotel room and flush this situation away. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week in Koh Mak, the island across from here, which is also fantastic.